All new for you this morning. Georgia students have weathered the pandemic better than most of the country. That is reflected in a new report coming from the National Center for Educational Statistics.
Even still, there is no question that the pandemic has impacted learning here, and there are a lot of areas for concern. 11 Alive's Jerry Carnes is outside the State Department of Education. So, Jerry, I've thought about this so much as a mom. It's been a worry for parents, for teachers. Tell us more about this report.
Good morning, Cheryl and Aisha. The nation's report card reveals results of tests given to 4th and 8th graders across the country. The National Center for Educational Statistics compared test results from 2019 to those taken this year in 2022. For the most part, Georgia students held steady. In fact, that was the case in most areas except one. As students arrive at this Decatur Elementary School, it's not difficult to find parents willing to share stories of their struggles created by the pandemic.
When you're learning to read, it's very difficult to do in a remote setting.
Marco Friend's oldest child was in kindergarten when remote learning became the norm. Fortunately for the family, Marco's wife is a reading specialist.
She's worked with him to get him up to where he needs to be.
A new report by the National Center for Educational Statistics reveals how much students across the country have struggled through the pandemic. On reading tests given by the organization, the average score for 4th graders was the lowest since 2005. The average 8th grade math score was the lowest since 2003. Georgia's 4th and 8th graders held steady. In most categories, the declines in Georgia were not significant, according to the organization's commissioner.
2 years into the pandemic, and still be able to have proficiency scores for reading that were comparable to the pre-pandemic years. I think that's good.
There are areas of concern. 8th grade math scores in Georgia saw an 8-point decline, equal to the average drop-off nationwide. The percentage of Georgia 8th graders that performed above the National Center for Educational Statistics basic level was 67% in 2019. It was 59% in 2022.
We need to be worried. We all need to be worried because it's not just your kid or my kid. These are children that will represent the next generation.
Dr. Peggy Carr says educators need to focus not only on academics, but the mental health of students, many of them still emerging from the haze of the COVID-19 pandemic. In a statement, State School Superintendent Richard Wood said that the positive news in the nation's report card is a tribute to the hard work of students and teachers during the pandemic, but he acknowledged that there is still work to do. Back to you.
Jerry, thank you.